Hey everyone, thanks so much for clicking on the video. My name is James Caldwell. I am here again to speak about one of the shows I love so much. It is Married to Medicine. This is season 2, episode 10. This particular episode, it wasn't as eventful as the episodes have actually been. I want to call this episode more of a feel good type of an episode where we kind of really did get into the lives of the actual castmates. Um, there was no major drama because we've been running into a thing where there's always been all of this major drama. So we're actually just seeing what folks actually really have going on, and it was kind of it was a feel good thing. I enjoyed it this evening, but we start right off at Dr. Heavenly's house and she's talking with her daughter, Laura. You know that little girl, she's something else. She's like she's been here before. But she was actually speaking to her mother about the drama that actually happened last time at the party over at Lisa Nicole's house. And everything the little girl was saying was true. You know, she was saying about how Mariah and the family came busting in and they were making this entrance and it was just ridiculous. And I'm like just looking at this little girl and Heavenly had made a comment. She said, "Oh my God, I feel like Alora's just doing too much. She's just saying too much." She really wasn't. You know, these are the things she picked up. She picked up on the fact that there were arguments going on in the place. She picked up on the entrance that they were trying to make. She picked up on the fact that they were ridiculous and their behavior was out of order. You know, they say if you really want to know something, ask the kids because kids don't miss anything. They really, really don't. They don't miss a thing. So I was okay with that. But Laura she's like a little grown person, like she's been here before. Then we moved on to Simone and Jackie. Simone's actually wanted to plan an evening out for her and Cecil because she's noticing the little divide between them. It's starting to worry her a little bit. So she went to Jackie and she basically bamboozled Jackie into babysitting her two boys. So Jackie took the bait, and I knew then it was going to be a mess. It was interesting. It was interesting because they're cards. Her Simone's kids, they're cute little things, but they just are a mess. That little one is that smallest one. That little Michael. He's very mouthy and very witty, just like Dr. Simone. So I knew, I said, him and Jackie, that's going to be a hell of a mix. That's going to be a mess. And it was. Michael was just as mouthy as he wanted to be. He told Jackie, why don't you have no food, honey? He gave her, come on. She was trying to offer him things yet. He's like, want that? You know, he's just mouth reminds me of my 7-year-old, just as mouthy, and there's nothing you can do about it. You know, some kids are just that way. He has a hell of a wit on him, just like his mother. I don't think he is trying to be disrespectful or anything like that. He just is a witty little kid. He's just very, very witty. So I laughed. I said, I know that's going to be a mess with Jackie and him. Jackie had offered the child Benadryl a couple of times. He said, I don't even know what that is. And his older brother finally told me, he said, it's medicine. She wants you to shut the fuck up. So it was pretty funny where that was going. And then once Jackie's husband came into the picture, then it was they related a little more to Jackie's husband than to Jackie. Because then the husband got the cracking jokes and they cracking jokes on Jackie. It was funny. It was just funny. Jackie and her thing with kids and all that, hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. I said, okay, let's see if next week she's still talking about adopting after she done messed with Simone's kids overnight. So that was really cool to see. Then, the whole thing with Simone and Cecil, it was nice to see. She did a whole surprise, took them up onto the golf course. They blindfolded them and took them down. She had it all set up. It was really pretty. Everything was white with candles and it was dark out. It started to get dark out. It was really, really fabulous. It was. She did a good job. And like I said, it was a feel good. This was a feel good episode. they basically got to the root, like he was telling her, your work, her work was taking over everything. You're working at home, you're working late, and it's just they're missing each other. And they have been getting on like Quad and the other ladies were telling her, girl, you can doing all this boring sex stuff, honey. You got to do more than bend your knees, baby, and give it up. You're going to have to do something to excite this man. Well, when we got down to the bottom of it, Cecil is pretty much what I get, like a boring lay too. Like he let her know he wanted her. It was her that he was missing. It wasn't any type of freaky sexual thing or something that he didn't know anything about, that he wasn't getting. It was her. It was not about sex. He wanted time with her. So I said, okay, there we go. So I was glad to see that, because they've been married for 17 years. So that's nice that they can actually talk to each other and go ahead and fix whatever that is before it becomes a problem. So I was glad to see that. Next thing, we actually did see Rico and Quad. Everybody knows I love Quad. Okay, so that's that. Quad is a beast. She is. She knows how to handle herself. Like, she does all the fun stuff, and she does all the gay lingo and the yes gods and all that. But when it comes time to take care of what she needs to take care of, that motherfucking Quad jumps right in and puts on her business face. And I just love how she handles herself. They went in to present the samples to the investors. She was dead on. She went in. Rico did a good job on the samples. They looked really good. The people were really hanging on basically what she had to say. Then she was saying she wanted to do a fashion show. And she shocked me again. She stood up and asked these people for $30,000 to do a fashion show. And she picked some. She had a name, Picture Perfect Pups. I said, that's really cute, really catchy. She was talking a little bit about the marketing strategy that she had and all that. She had everything laid out. I was very proud of her. It just shows who she is. She's not, this where we keep hearing, oh, I made her, I this, I that, I that. No, she's the real deal. The child has skills. You can't take it away. It is what it is. She has skills. She stood there. She asked for that money, asked for $30,000. The man said, well, how about 25? She says, I came here looking for 30,000. She did not flinch. Did not flinch. You understand? So it doesn't matter who brought Quad and put her on. Baby, she's on. And let's push. Let's push and let's keep it moving forward. I was very happy with what I saw in that boardroom with her. Rico was over there quiet, just like he should be. The designer should be quiet. Hush up. He just said, I think he was probably taking a couple lessons from her too. It just was, I was impressed. I was impressed. And I had to laugh at the one gentleman said, Quad, every time I see you, it costs me money. And she said, yeah, what's wrong with that? Yes, God. I was down with that. I was there for all of that. Next thing, we go to Quad's house. There was something going on with Quad and Gregory. It kind of threw me off. A little bit. Because I don't know where it came from. Like, Dr. Gregory was talking about, the thing of how she talks about the dogs like they're real people and all of that. But that's not so strange. What is so strange about that? I mean, because she's a black girl, because white folks do it all the time. White folks do it all the time. They treat their pets like they're family members. They talk about them like they're family members, and it's not strange. So why is it strange when she's doing it? I don't know what Gregory was on, but I watched him. And he talked, it was a little abrasive. He was a little all in his feelings and shit. And I was like, am I going to have to get Gregory again? I might have to get Gregory a couple times while messing with Quad. But I laughed. I said, okay. They went on. And after he said what he had to say and got all heated and all of his feelings and shit, she told, well, you come on upstairs. And he didn't want to go at first, and all this business. Then when he went up, she showed him the actual business plan. She showed him what she actually had been working on. That wasn't a joke, because that's basically where he was. It was kind of like, yeah, whatever, whatever. Like she had some hobby. And I don't think that he actually knew how much time and work she actually had put in. Um, they came to somewhat of an agreement, but I could tell her feelings were still a little bit hurt. Um, he's not jumped into the vision the way that she has jumped in. I understand it. I do understand it. I understand partially his way of thinking, you know, and not really his way of thinking, but the fact that he's not overly excited because it's not his project. So I kind of understand that, but I don't understand where the issues are as far as like not understanding that the vision is going to make money. Like I can see that now that the vision is going to make money. Me and my mom kind of go through the same thing. My mother's an accountant. I'm a very creative person. My mother sees black and white. Everything is just black and white. Me, I can actually see the forest through the trees. So we do bump heads a lot. And I think that's what's actually happening with Gregory and Quad. But one thing that I will say about their marriage is even when they talk to, because if you ever notice, they do talk to each other a little abrasive, but that's their way. That's just their way. And they have this little thing that they do where you see them kind of agree to disagree. And I think that's a lot of growth from, where all of the bull crap from like past season where, when they weren't on the show yet and they had different things that have gone on that wasn't so positive in their relationship. And you can see the growth as to where they are now, where they can discuss, and they both are very passionate. So they kind of get in their feelings, but they do agree to disagree and not fall out. So, hey, it is what it is. And it is always nice to see where people can actually meet somewhat in the middle. But I do understand where they're at. Me and my mom do that. We're not married, but me and my mother, it's a different dynamic of relationship, but we bump heads too because we have a different way of looking at life. So I do understand that. But I was like, okay, Gregory, you're getting kind of deep. He was getting real deep there. I was like, okay, it kind of threw me off, but whatever. They got it all figured out. So let's move forward. I think everything's going to be fine with that puppy couture. And of course, the people did agree to the money at $30,000 for a fashion show for the dogs. Okay, not a problem, girlfriend. You got it going on. Next, we actually did see. Oh Lord, I said this was going to be like everything was feel good. You know what? I'm going to skip ahead and I'll go back to it. I'm going to talk about Taki Toya last because everything else was really good on this episode. And she's always got a way of getting up underneath my goddamn skin. But anyway, so we see Dwight, Lisa Nicole, Cynthia Bailey, and Quad. They were doing a model call. And Lisa's doing what's looking like to be a huge fashion show. It was down there at 200 Peachtree, 200 Peachtree. I saw this venue on an episode of R&B Divas lately that Kiki Wyatt had done a event there, and the place is gorgeous. It's gorgeous. So knowing Dwight and the way Dwight does things, this thing, and then we've seen the WIN conference, so that kind of tells you how Lisa does things. I think that fashion show is going to be off the chain. But they were doing a model call, and it was nice to see Cynthia Bailey in her element. The only thing that was strange to me, I didn't understand why she didn't bring any of the Bailey agency models. I just didn't get that. I don't know why they didn't just collaborate, but whatever. But child, I sat and I squawked. They were reading the models back. They were just reading, but some of the models was just horrible. I said, child, who are these girls, honey? It was a lot. I mean, a lot of girls, they were just, nobody could walk in their pumps. I didn't understand it. I'm like, this is ridiculous. Then we got through that part, and then there was a lot of, really good. I've seen some girls that were really outstanding. So that worked out. Everything seems to be fine. Dwight is heading everything up. He told Lisa, leave me the credit cards, and let me do what I do. So I cannot wait. I hope we get to actually see how that turns out, because that looks like that's going to be a fabulous event. Can't wait to see it. Okay, so on to Toya and Dr. Eugene. So they got all this issue about this here house that they were trying to get. First, she said they were trying to build a house. And then they wanted to buy a house. And then the bank was holding them up and all of this bullshit. I said, okay, fine. Some kind of way they got $50,000 mixed up in this foolishness where the contract is about to run out and it seems as though they're going to lose the $50,000. They met with their lawyer. Her name is Hadia. She's telling them, in order to move forward, you're going to have to do another $10,000. I don't know what all that was about, but it all sounded like a bunch of bullshit. And Toya made it very evident that, they didn't have another $10,000 to put in with this. So my thing is, it got a little confusing because why are you starting into something like this? Because if you said you were going to build a house, I don't know. It just looked like your money didn't match what you got going on. It just sounds like, no, we don't have it going on like Toya wants to have it look like we got it going on. You know what I mean? You're buying the dumbest shit in the world to buy furniture for a house that you don't have. I've never heard of such. I've never heard of such. And then she seems to just be going really out there. Anyway, they had a little argument because she's sitting up there in the restaurant and her husband is being real cool, trying to be very professional. He understands the cameras are rolling. He don't want to look tacky like his wife. So he's sitting there, he's eating. She gets an attitude with him because he's eating. She done got all upset and got all of her feelings of carrying on because, one, she knows that her ass is going to have to face these other people about this goddamn house that you're not going to be able to buy now. And it was just ridiculous. When the server came by, I said, here we go. This is exactly the fuck why they call you tacky motherfucking Toya. You're sitting here. The waiter is asking about the food order. She gets to snapping out with him, talking about, I just can't even think about food right now. So, about $50,000. And I ain't got no $50,000 just throw away the... Bitch. That man came there to see if you wanted some motherfucking hot wings with some ranch or some goddamn celery with some blue cheese. He don't give a fuck about your $50,000. And you're blurting out this business and carrying on and telling folks what money you don't have and all this kind of carrying on. I said, see, tacky. Husband just kept right on eating. He said, I don't know how that was going on. Shit, I got to get up and walk outside. Went outside, foolish. Then she gets all excited later on in a further scene where she's at the school, or the preschool, dropping the kids off, and some basketball player's wife, who has a child that goes there too, told her that they were going to rent the house, their house, because they had to move because her husband got pushed to a different team or something. So now she's all up in arms. She's so happy. She calls her husband, and she's talking about all of this here business with this house. She drove up to see the house. The house looks gorgeous from the outside. It's just huge, and that's the thing. You're so excited about this motherfucking house that you ain't never seen the inside. She ain't seen the inside of. She just knows behind a gate, and it's huge. Oh, it's a basketball player, so I know the house is fabulous. This, that, and the other. Really? Who even said that it's going to be to your taste? Again, tacky Toya, trying to keep up with the motherfucking Joneses, okay? I'm looking, and then she's saying, that they need to do things right away. They want to sell, but they got a little time. And they said something about rent to own in a conversation. This bitch busted out and said she didn't even know what rent to own meant. I was just getting ready to ask, are you an idiot? But ain't no need to ask the question. And stop playing games, Toya. Don't play games when the camera's rolling. Because just like you fucking know about rent to own, you know about Section 8, you know about subsidized housing too, bitch. Whose leg are you trying to pull? Because you were married to medicine. You were not born into medicine. You were married to medicine. So don't play like you lived in the lap of luxury so long that you don't know about other ways of doing things other than just buying them. Because I'm getting the feeling that what you're trying to do, you got champagne taste and motherfucking beer money, is why you keep running into a brick wall. I said this was a feel-good episode. Everything I was feeling good about, other than this dumb shit here. Stop painting a picture of you being something that you're not. Y'all don't have it going on like that. Now, I don't know, granted, I don't know what kind of money they have, but you sure do keep running into a bunch of motherfucking walls. How are you starting projects that don't have enough money to take you through? That's where the problem is. Stay the fuck in your lane. Jeez. Tacky ass. Toya. Shit. She be trying to do too much. You know? Now you want to run up here, and then that'll be the next read. You're going to think you the shit. And then everybody will know that your house is rented, and then they're going to read you anyway. So find something that you like, and don't deal with your husband. Your husband is more real. Your husband got good sense. She's just as foolish. Child, but anyway, that's basically it. That's all that went on. Other than that bullshit, it was a really good episode. Like I said, a feel-good episode. And did you notice? No drama. No drama. Because there was no motherfucking Shoot Lucy and Mariah Huck. None of that. And no Heavenly. We've seen a little piece of Heavenly's house, seen a little piece of Mariah's house. That was it. No drama. They didn't come together. There was no drama. Now, I guess next week we're going to go back to the drama. But we'll be sitting around waiting to see what goes on. But tonight, that was basically it. That was episode 10, season 2 of Married to Medicine. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you clicking on the video. You can thumbs up or thumbs down the video. You all know how that works. Definitely leave me comments. I love talking to you guys and see what you guys have to say. And on that, I'm going to call it a night. I thank you again. Have a good day, you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.